Whether you realize it or not, you already have an identity that's shaping your entire reality. If you keep saying, I'm not confident enough, that's your identity. If you keep postponing your goals because you don't feel ready, that's also your identity. The truth is, you're already living from an identity, either the one that limits you or the one that liberates you. The only question is, are you consciously creating it or letting old beliefs define it for you? In this video, we're going deep into how shifting your identity raises your vibration and unlocks your true potential with 5 of my personal powerful questions that changed my life completely. So if that sounds interesting, let's jump right in. You see, everything we manifest is an extension of who we believe we are. I often talk about reverse engineering manifestation, which means being in the frequency of your results first. But I get this question a lot, that how do I actually do that? So let me simplify it today by sharing one of my own examples. So back in 2002-2005, when I was studying journalism and filmmaking in New Delhi, India, I had this burning desire to become a voice actor. I was fascinated by voices, imitation artists, characters in radio plays, radio jingles, and all that stuff, and even the idea of connecting with thousands of people through sound and my voice. It sounded almost romantic for me at that time, and Delhi at that time was buzzing with new studios and production houses and radio stations. It was the perfect opportunity, but there was a problem. I had a huge fear of speaking on a mic, that too a live microphone. And in spite of me wanting it so badly, I was totally unsure of myself. I had tons of limiting beliefs and fears. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being not good enough, and lack of self-confidence was my daily companion. I would try to visualize myself in a studio, but deep inside, I couldn't have my belief in it. And those visualizations were becoming useless because my identity was not aligned with what I really wanted. And I was putting zero effort, and even started doubting the whole voice acting dream of mine itself. And that's when it hit me that maybe the problem wasn't the dream. Maybe it was the identity behind it. Can you relate? Share it in the comments below, something that you struggled with in the past or are currently struggling to bring to fruition. So how do we solve this? Well, I developed 5 questions that turned my fear into confidence. So let's start with the first question to ask yourself. What is your identity right now? The goal of this question is to understand the hidden vibration behind your thoughts and emotions. Now, if we relate back to my story from earlier, we can see that I was living from the identity of fear, not freedom. My feelings were doubtful, scared, unclear, and I was a complete mix of negative emotions. My identity was weak, I was in low vibration, totally uncertain. I wasn't in the identity of success. I was anchored in negative emotions, maybe a little too much at that time. And when your emotions vibrate low, your energy cannot match your goal. That's why none of my visualizations were working, because I was trying to imagine a confident version of mine while still feeling like the total opposite of it. My inner world and my outer desire were completely out of sync. So the first step was simple but powerful. I had to become aware. I had to notice how I was showing up every single day. How I walked, how I spoke to myself, how I carried my energy, every single thing. I had to think, was I showing up like someone who believed in their voice or someone still waiting for permission? And that's when I realized awareness is everything. Once you actually see who you're being, you can change it if you don't like it. And that led me to my next question. What are your beliefs about yourself? You see, to become your best self, you must update your beliefs about who you are. Every belief carries a vibration. Some lift you higher, some pull you lower. And back in the day, my beliefs were contradicting my desires. I was saying I wanted to be a voice actor, but I believed I wasn't ready. That's an energetic mismatch. That's a huge energetic mismatch if you take a look at it. And that's why my visualizations felt completely empty. So I had to start getting brutally honest about what I really believed about myself. Did I believe I was good enough? Did I believe to be successful? Or was I secretly holding on to the story that I wasn't capable yet? My old identity was vibrating on a low level, full of self-doubt and hesitation. But the new identity that I wanted ideally vibrated on a higher level, full of certainty, purpose, and drive. So I began challenging every belief that didn't serve me. I literally wrote them down on a piece of paper that I am not confident enough, I am too nervous, I don't have the right voice. That's what I used to think. And then one by one, I replaced them with new ones. I am confident. I love my voice. I'm full of conviction. People love hearing me speak. And then slowly, my vibration started catching up to my vision. Because beliefs are not just thoughts, they're energetic codes. They tell the universe what to deliver next. The truth is, you won't be able to speak like your higher self while you're still thinking like your past self. The higher version of me, the confident voice actor, was already in me, hiding somewhere. But once I acknowledged it, that energy started taking over. And that version felt a lot better than what I was feeling at that time. And that realization naturally led me to this third question. What's the law of attraction connection here? Now, this one took me years to really understand. Your vibration equals your experience. Every emotion you feel becomes an energetic signature you send out. Back then, I didn't realize that my energy was contradicting my dream. I was visualizing success while radiating fear and doubt constantly. So no matter how much I imagined, I just couldn't attract it because my frequency did not match my desire. It's almost like expecting to hear K-pop on a country music station. It just won't play. If you tune to fear, you attract situations that confirm that fear. If you're tuned to faith and excitement, you will receive opportunities that match those frequencies. And that's the science of law of attraction. It's not about wishful thinking, it's about energetic alignment. Like, for example, how health, success, and confidence, they all have their own unique energetic signatures. I had to align myself truly with what I wanted. So then I began asking myself daily, what frequency am I on? If I wanted to be a confident voice actor, my vibration had to match that. I had to start feeling the confidence first, not waiting for the validation to give it to me actually. Because the universe doesn't respond to effort, it responds to energy. So instead of pushing harder, I began tuning higher. And the more I aligned my inner state, the more synchronicities began showing up. Almost like the universe was saying to me that, hey, you're getting there. And I felt that shift inside, I remember. It was like an energetic connection, but then something else also became very clear. And it led me to the next question. How is your mind-body connection? Now, this is something most people ignore, but it's huge because your body is always giving you some kind of a feedback about your vibration. During that time, my body was tense every time I thought about recording. My shoulders would tighten up, my breath would shorten, and my heart would just beat so fast like it just wanted to jump out of my chest. And all of that was my energy that was showing resistance, which was turning into zero action. Because deep inside, I had a fear of failing, fear of rejection. You see, our bodies don't lie. They mirror the exact frequency of our vibration. That tightness in my chest, those sweaty palms and racing thoughts, I remember, I had to do something to change those. So I tuned in. I would take deep breaths before every practice session and started noticing how my body responded to my thoughts. And I realized that healing and confidence begin in the same place, in the body itself. And it all starts with feeling comfortable. Comfort is the exact opposite of fear. That's the one thing that I was missing. The thing is, you can't think your way into a higher vibration. You have to feel it through your body. So breathing deep made me feel comfortable about myself. So I made it a habit to tune in regularly. When I felt tension, I paused. When I felt resistance, I deepened my breath because your body is your personal guidance system. It's like a built-in GPS for alignment. So if you're going through something like this, I would suggest stop trying to fix yourself. Instead, start tuning into yourself because your body is not your enemy. It's your greatest instrument for vibration. And once I started listening to my body, everything began to make sense, which brought me to the final and the most powerful question. But before that, if you like my story so far, hit like and subscribe with that bell icon so you never miss an update from me. So then there it was, the ultimate question. Are you really embodying what you want? This is the one that changed everything for me. I realized I couldn't just think about confidence, I had to become it. So I asked myself, am I living in that avatar? That version of me who already has what he wants? I had learned so far that version vibrates with confidence and certainty. Zero doubt, zero hesitation. I realized that I had in fact not even dared to say it to myself what I really wanted to see myself as. So then one day, I took a deep breath, grounded myself, and said it out loud. I am a voice actor. That one declaration unlocked my natural confidence. It wasn't fake, it was familiar. Because confidence isn't something you build, it's something you remember. It's always inside you. So I kept embodying that energy in my imagination until it became my vibration. Suddenly, my visualization started feeling better. And once that shift happened, life began to unfold in alignment. And that led me to make my first voice acting back in 2011. Yep, it took me 6 years to do that. And then I sent that to various studios all across Delhi and I got a really good response. And that gave me a fabulous career as a voice actor before I came to Canada. And actually this experience in determining these 5 questions led me to want to be a manifesting coach because they're so powerful for changing my life. Not only did they guide every evolution of mine since then, they also have helped me become a voice for helping others to manifest. Again, by changing my identity and not chasing validation. So, here's what I want from you now. If you're watching this in October, that means it's time for you to set your goals with intention. The new year will be here before you even realize it, and the version of you that walks into it depends on the identity you start embodying today. So go through this video again and again and take notes. Let every word sink in. Understand how the law of attraction truly works, not just as a concept, but as a frequency you live by. Shift that identity. Tune into that higher version and start attracting your results. Because when your inner energy changes, your outer reality has no option but to rise and match it. And if you're ready to change the way you think, the way you see yourself, and the way you live, then I invite you to work with me one-on-one inside the Identity Shift Experience. It's my most powerful life coaching program designed to help you master the art of conscious creation from the inside out. I work with a very few selected people, so if you're interested, make your applications today. The link is in the box below. And before you go, if this message inspired you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think needs to hear this today, and subscribe for more weekly videos on the law of attraction, Ho'oponopono, and mindset. And remember, your energy is your identity. And the moment you shift it, you unlock your true potential. My name is Ajay, I'm your Law of Attraction and Life Coach from Toronto, and if you like this video, you'll love the next one coming up right here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.